Welcome to the Actors Penthouse.
Woo, I'm Brett.
I'm Noah.
And this is Kristina Denton.
Yay!
Oh, thank you, studio audience.
Yes.
If you'd like tickets to our studio audience, please contact me directly.
Yeah.
Kristina, welcome.
Hello, hey guys.
Hello.
Thank you for having me, of
Thank you
course.
for-
Absolutely.
I'm very excited.
So you've worked with us before. You've acted with us, and you've also written scripts for our clients that have come in.
Yeah.
Very,
all
very
kinds of
talented,
things.
multi-layers of what you do. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and how you got into what you are doing now?
Well, let's see, I moved here about 8 years ago. Didn't know anybody, didn't know anything. Immediately rolled into an acting school. Studied there for 2 years at Joanne Baron D.W. Brown Studio in Santa Monica. It's a great school. And kind of in an effort to want to learn how to create my own material, I started writing scenes.
Okay.
And started doing kind of what you guys do a while ago, before there was really anybody doing this.
Right on.
On a horrible level. I didn't know any. I would write a 10-page scene to put on my reel. Like, that made no sense. So it became a short film, and I didn't know anything. But it was a great learning experience, and I kind of just have been writing ever since. And it's sort of because of that, people were seeing my stuff and going, "Oh, well, write me something," and I kind of started turning it into a business, and that's kind of where the writing began. And it was always in service of my acting career.
Yeah.
So, and then I got asked to produce a feature film a couple of years ago, which I had no idea at all what I was doing. I was like, oh, so I just cast.
But you didn't tell them that.
No, right.
Well, I told the director, like, so I'll just help you cast the film, and we'll work on some like script stuff and table reads, and then I can just kind of say bye, right? And he's like, you have to be on set every weekend and I was like, what are you talking about? So that was a big wake-up call for me.
Yeah.
But we ended up doing shooting it over a period of 9 months on weekends, and we did so well in the festival circuit. We had no idea this would happen.
What was that called?
It was 2 names, interestingly enough. It was called Worth the Wait, as in pounds, kind of when it first started, the first half of our festival circuit. And then we had a sales agent come on board, give us the advice that if you really want your movie to be rented on demand, do not title it after the letter E.
Right.
I'm sure you guys have heard this.
Yeah.
Because I guess there's a statistic that says the likelihood of it being rented after the letter E is like 200% less. So you so we retitled the movie halfway through our festival circuit,
We have
which
to rename Scrambled.
Well,
A
that's a lot of the
A Scramble.
Yeah, or one,
it's true.
just number one,
One
or like
Scramble.
exclamation point. I think
Yes,
actually gets
space,
right.
scandal,
Underscore.
scramble.
Right.
So it was a great. So halfway through our festival circuit, confusing the crap out of our fans, we changed it to A Big Love Story. So now we have Amazon DVD distribution and VOD, and
Awesome.
not Netflix here yet, but yeah.
And as an actress, tell us a little bit about your acting career and
So,
what you're up to.
like I said, started studying when I got here. Wanted to do it since I was a little girl, but I grew up in a really small town, and there was nothing like that available. And people were kind of like, Hollywood, okay, that's funny, And I did the make the parents happy, go to college, get a degree in something else, and literally the day I finished classes, I moved to LA. So it was something I'd been wanting to do for so long, and I've studied lots of different audition technique classes around the city and scene study, and I feel like the thing that's helped me with acting more than anything is really getting to know myself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's like a weird thing to say. Probably goes into whatever advice I have for people, but it's just really getting to know like who you are as a person, what you bring to the table as a human being, and then that kind of serves you as far as how to market yourself, what kind of shows you should be on, what kind of people you should be meeting, directors. I think we're all drawn to certain shows and certain movies and working with certain people because it speaks to something about ourselves. And if you can learn how to articulate that, I think you'll have a leg up on a lot of people in the industry.
Well, here's your chance.
Yeah.
So, with that in mind, who would you like to connect with, and who would you like to?
Oh God, I have so many shows that I am such a huge fan of.
Let's get specific.
I know. Listen, okay. First one that comes to mind is House of Lies.
Yeah.
Don Cheadle, Kristen Bell. Oh my God, like that show is so in your face funny.
Casting director.
Felicia Fasano.
Felicia.
I haven't met her yet, but I need to.
Yeah.
I've met Felicia.
Is she? Yeah.
Felicia, we're like buddies. Give Kristina a call.
Yes, please. Oh my God,
totally.
show's amazing. Brilliant writing, brilliant acting. I love that show.
Well, with that said, why don't we check out some of your work and her acting chops?
Right on.
Let's roll it, Xavier. Roll it. Go.
I called Spare the Child. I told Jason about Ninku.
What did he say?
gonna handle it.
No, baby, no.
Well, she crossed a line. I mean, it's better we stay out of it.
I get that, but that wasn't your call. It was mine.
Yeah, you're right. I knew that. But I had to do it for us.
Wait! What? What if it's not even in there?
It is.
What if his office has cameras?
It doesn't.
Not even like a webcam?
God, I hope not.
Oh my god, you had sex with him in there?
What? Are you insane? It was a BJ.
Lexi!
I didn't say I liked it.
That's disgusting.
Oh, what? Like you've never had sex with your boss?
I haven't.
Never?
No?
Well, that explains why you still live with your parents.
Oh, hey, are you Ben?
Yeah,
Steve's roommate?
yeah.
I'm Alexis. I'm going out with Steve tonight.
Okay. Yeah, Steve's not here.
No, I know. I guess he's running late or something.
I was
And
gonna wait in my car, but I really have to go to the bathroom, and this neighborhood seems a little too nice to squat by a tree, so
You're about to run for mayor. I'm a secretary. I think that would be a little weird, like an episode of Scandal.
I don't know what that is, but either way, I'd have to be married for it to be a scandal. Sam, I'm asking you a very simple question. I'm looking for an even easier answer. One day I'm gonna run for mayor, and when I do, it's gonna be hell. Till then, and hopefully every day for the next little while, I just want to hang out with you.
You do.
Why don't we go grab some coffee and maybe some breakfast, and if you still think I'm a douchebag politician, I'll give you a nickel.
A nickel.
get down on the ground.
No.
No!
This is Control Assist.
Nina.
Please state your location.
Please, just hear me out.
Christine, back up at 10990 East 34th.
Is that a crossword puzzle? I really like crossword puzzles. I'm Vanessa.
That was
Kristina,
incredible.
that's fantastic.
Yeah, look at you, you're like a
Yeah.
ninja.
Right.
Oh, you like the fighting scene?
Yeah.
Yes, all those like after effects of me like punching and beating up people. It's
Right.
Right.
all in
And,
Jay's work.
You know, and then when you're done beating people up, you can make a great little housewife.
You know what? They love to wife me up in these
Yeah.
shows. I don't know what it is. I always end up playing a wife somehow. It's really funny. But yeah, I'm not married myself yet. But apparently the.
Is that something you're looking for?
I mean, no. I don't.
Well,
I don't
she's
have...
single, guys.
No.
She's single.
Well, maybe not single, but no. Yeah.
Well, it's complicated.
Sure. There. We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Well,
Yeah.
what are some of the, you've been here for 8 years. What are some of the, as an actress, what are some of the trials and tribulations and successes that you've gone through and discovered?
Well, let's keep it to just the challenges.
Yeah, let's go to
yes.
challenges.
Yeah.
Oh, there have been plenty. I think, I grew up being somebody who was taught to follow the rules by my lovely mother and father. And so I think when I got here and everybody would say, oh, you can't call a casting director's office, oh, you can't do this, and you can't call an agency, I would be like, okay, well, then I just won't do that. And I think
Right.
what that led to was like years of sort of sitting around waiting or being loyal to people who said they would help me and
Right.
waiting a year with an agent who couldn't necessarily get me in rooms and that's been sort of a pattern for me because I am loyal and I am respectful and I try to not break rules and cross and get people upset or anything like that.
I think a lot of
Right.
people
Yeah.
coming to this industry have that same type of
Right.
mentality. And especially if they're coming and they have new representation and they want to trust them and they want
Right.
to trust the relationship.
Absolutely.
They're
Yeah,
like,
and you
yes.
give people the
I'm
benefit
totally
of the doubt.
guilty of that. And-
Totally
and,
guilty of
he
that.
shakes me up and
Yeah.
it's like,
Yes.
what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
Right,
You
and
know?
that's the thing. It's like, what are you gonna? You're not gonna die for making
Right.
a phone call when they're
Right.
like, "Why are you calling?" You know what I mean?
You can be like, this is,
Yeah.
it's not me, bye.
I know. You never heard my name, and I've taken a few of those risks. I made those scary phone calls, and you know what? Nothing ever bad comes out of it.
Right.
You get a no, and you know what? I love no's. Do you know why I love no's? Because it's an answer. So
Yeah.
often we don't get any answer, and it's just living out there in the ethers, and we're like, and so a no is fabulous because it limits the options and it gets you closer to like the thing you're supposed to be
it's
doing.
better to ask for forgiveness
Yes.
than it is to ask for permission.
Said from Brett right here. See that?
Right.
There we go.
Brett stole it from somebody else, but that's it's his now.
I created that.
Yeah, he burned.
It's mine.
Yeah.
It's from somebody else.
Sure.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. No, definitely. Well, then, with that in mind, you know, some of that. What are some of the successes that you've encountered?
You know, a lot of my success as an actor, I've had a few like really big projects that I've been a part of. Success as a producer, success as a writer, like separately, but as an actor specifically, they literally all came from people that I knew.
Yeah.
I still to this day haven't really found representation that's been able to get me in rooms, and so it's because of relationships that I've cultivated from other things, whether I was volunteering as an actor in a class down at Chapman with Martha Coolidge, who then asked me to be a part of her big project, and I got to become Tony Goldwyn's wife, which is the first scene on my reel. I mean, you know, so it's like those kind of things, you know, they say it's about who you know, and it just is.
Chapman's awesome.
And you just never know, like, putting that time in early on with somebody and creating that authentic relationship, what it's going to lead to. You know what I mean? And I think that's the hardest thing, is that there's so many people we have to meet and we want to meet, to how do we actually create a real relationship with that person?
Right.
You know, and have them learn to trust us, and then have them go, you know what, yeah, I'll put my name behind hers.
Right.
And I trust her enough to refer her to my producer for this film. I mean, it takes time.
It's crazy.
Totally.
And you know, we're finding now, like, I mean, I've been in LA for 12 years, you know, and I find that we're working with people that I met 10 years ago.
It's
you know,
insane,
you
right?
plant the seeds and they grow into little bitty plants.
Exactly.
And then you get fruit.
Yeah, it's like dating somebody. I mean, yeah, we have Tinder, as we mentioned, but you can't just jump into marriage and babies with somebody from one day of meeting them, you know, like at a workshop. So
Well, in Hollywood, you can.
Although, these things do happen. They sure do.
Yeah. So
business is a lot like, I think, especially the acting business, is a lot like that whole relationship idea. It's funny how that works out. But
and I get it. I know why people who work together multiple times over and over and over again do, because they trust each other, they get each other. There's no like, you know, because there are just so many flakes in this town, and it's unfortunate. So you have to sort of like, you really have to keep the people you trust close to you, and you do want to work with them over and over again, because there's so much at stake in every single project. Yeah. It takes a village to make anything happen.
Yeah. It's a collaborative art form.
Absolutely,
this entire industry.
So
really
in order to be like the best piece of that puzzle, do you have some habits that you practice or that you want to practice? Specifically, like one. Let's say, is there one habit that you want to talk about that works for you?
I mean, on a personal level, I exercise and eat healthy as much as I possibly can. And I think that, you know, any industry, the successful people tend to spend a decent amount of time taking care of themselves.
Right.
And whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever it is, I think it, you know, like I said, so much is at stake in what we do. Every day we're putting ourselves out there. And if you're not in a sort of healthy mind state, you know, physical state mindset, you're going to be easily shaken and easily pushed over, because there's going to be somebody else who's ready right behind you. Right. You know, so I for me, because I grew up very active as a dancer and an athlete, I know I need to keep working out every day to keep my endorphins just high and kind of in that really positive mindset. So that's something that I've focused on a lot. Yeah.
That's smart. Very smart.
Yeah.
So and you feel good and you look good.
Gotta exercise.
Like, hey, baby.
The vanity thing, right? Yes.
Yeah.
No, but it also keeps you. It gives you that energy to keep going through those 18-hour
days. Wake up every day going, oh my God, I have so much to do every day that you need that energy.
Right.
As he's yawning.
I know. I should have eaten something today.
Do not listen to him about this part of it. Yeah.
So Kristina, how do we stay in touch with you? How do we support
Check
you
out your stuff and
follow you on your?
Yeah, I have Facebook. My name, Kristina with a K, Denton. I've got and then I keep all my stuff on IMDb as far as credits and my reel and things like that. So that's a great place to check me out.
Do you have a social media, Twitter, Instagram?
I do not. I have a Twitter.
Oh, but you don't use it.
When I learn how to use it one of these days. No,
so she's not.
I'm not. This is one thing that I need to learn how to master is because I think a social media presence these days is essential. So I'm trying to get better at that.
Well, with that,
you're a master of the screen, but not yet a master of the Twitter.
Not at all. I need to hire like 18-year-old college kids to help me with such things.
Kim? With that said, do you have any parting words to leave for our wonderful audience?
I think my biggest thing that I try and tell younger actors that I meet is to just be true to yourself. You know, I mean, if something doesn't feel right, you know, especially females, you're still going to get roles that come across your desk every day that involve nudity or, you know, may challenge some of your moral values. And I think especially when you're younger, because I fell into this trap, don't feel like you have to go on that audition even. Don't feel like you have to do it just because it's exposure or maybe it's an opportunity that'll lead to something else.
Right.
If it doesn't feel right to you from the very beginning and your gut isn't feeling it, pass on it, because there are hundreds of other opportunities that you're going to come across, and that's something that you have to learn how to trust.
That's
very, very good advice.
Yeah.
And I mean, it applies to not just all that, but anything in life.
Anything in life,
you know?
I get asked
absolutely.
to do naked auditions all the time.
Obviously. I think I've asked you to do one. For that happened.
That was a good audition, and you gave me a call back.
You were really funny. It was
thank
really
you,
funny.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for coming, Kristina.
Thank you guys very much.
And
I appreciate
thank
having
you guys for tuning in. Of course.
me. Yeah.
See you later.
Let's wave goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, what's up?
Yo, what's up?
Thank you for stopping by the Actors Penthouse. This is a show produced entirely by the team at LA Reels.
That's right. We produce top quality acting reels. We also edit existing footage. So if you have footage,
why don't you stop on by? Either stop on by the Penthouse or check out the website for
www.lareels.com. Just hit us up for a consultation. We'll chat about everything that you need, and we'll make some cool reels for you.
Yeah. We'll do that too. And also, don't forget to check out our flagship podcast, The Great Hollywood Adventure, or the GHA. It's on iTunes and Stitcher. We interview some amazing entertainment industry guests and professionals that give amazing insight and information about the entertainment industry that may help you on your path.
It will help you on your path because it's really good. We are so proud of this podcast. It's incredible. Honestly, this is the kind of stuff that if you're not taking advantage of it, like, you can change that today and start taking advantage of it because it's really awesome. And you can just find it in iTunes or Stitcher by searching the GHA.
The GHA. So check that out. And also, this show is also a podcast on iTunes and Stitcher.
Yeah.
And it's also on LA Reels TV from YouTube. So subscribe now to both and be a part of everything that comes to you.
Right.
Cool. Thanks for stopping by. See you next
Bye-bye.
time. Goodbye. Goodbye now. Goodbye.